Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension. Man has always dreamed of conquering the barrier of the atmosphere. The problem is on the drawing boards of aeronautical engineers and atomic physicists. They can calculate the power needed, the trajectories, and the equipment. On the sound stages of Hollywood, the engineers and special effects men have combined to bring that day to life. The day when the first rocket leaves Earth for outer space. Now, a radio play taken from the advanced screenplay of the George Pal Technicolor production, Destination Moon. On the vast concrete strip at Dry Wells, Texas, the form of the rocket towers above the cranes, the loading machinery, and the scuttling trucks and jeeps. The fuel lines snake across the concrete to the rocket. It's Destination Moon. A small pursuit plane circles in for a landing on the runway, turns and taxis toward the prefab buildings at the edge of the strip.
Here comes General Fair. Got those reports, Dr. Cargrave?
All ready, Barnes.
Oh, you made good time. Hi there, General. Over here.
Barnes, I've got to talk to you.
Oh, you just made it, General. Everything's running smooth as a clock. We ground test in 20 minutes.
Come on over to the office.
What's the matter?
Come on, Barnes.
Something happened in Washington?
Something always happens in Washington.
Well, let's have it straight, General.
Our application for a test license was denied.
Denied?
I'll quote. In the opinion of the commission, should the engine fail structurally, the dispersal of radioactive material would mean danger to the surrounding area.
But we've evacuated the blast
No
area.
use, Barnes. The commission is pretty sensitive about public opinion. The Galavan newspaper chain has been after our scalp. They got mine anyway.
What do you mean?
I've been retired.
Fair.
You got a job for next general? Pretty handy with a lug wrench.
They can't do that. Where would the Air Force be if you hadn't kicked them into using the Jet-Fuel jet engine on pursuits?
It's not as simple as all that. One-star generals can't go into the Department of Defense and pound desks. I did.
Some of those old mossbacks would still be using horse cavalry if they could get away with it. Now, this ship will work. I know. I built it.
I don't suppose we'll ever know. The mission won't reverse itself.
Wait a minute. Cargraves. Ship's all ready, isn't it?
Except for minor installations, yes.
General, I've been building and flying ships by the seat of my pants since they had piano wire between the wings. Now, this baby either works the first time or she doesn't.
What do you mean, Bond?
The commission refused permission to ground test, right?
Yeah?
All right. We won't ground test. Cargraves, what's the next astronomical optimum?
3:47 tomorrow morning.
We'd better get busy then. You've got just 17 hours to get that ship ready. And then we take off for the moon.
Hey, Brownie.
What do you want, Sweeney?
What color is the skin temperature lead wire on the chart?
Orange with a black stripe.
This stuff looks like insulated macaroni. I got it.
Hurry up, will you? We're running behind.
What's your rush? You're going along on this clam bake, aren't you? Can't you wait to break your neck?
Hey, look out for the starter. Come on, move. We got to take off before somebody slaps a writ on us.
Brownie, you really going?
Sure.
Beats me. What do you want to go to the moon for?
To see what's on the other side.
Ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. What's the separation rate positive lead?
Red and white spiral. Oh.
What's the matter?
Knocked in a bellyache.
Eating green apples?
No, I'm all right. Come on, Sweeney, get busy. We've got 2 hours left to patch this mess together.
Mr. Barnes,
What is it, Sweeney?
it's Brown. They just took him to the hospital.
They what? Well, is he all right?
He will be after they cut out his appendix.
There goes our radio, man.
There's no chance of finding a substitute?
No, it's special equipment. Brown installed it himself. I've got it. Barnes here. What?
Well, we'll have to delay
Sure.
the takeoff a month.
Okay, goodbye. We can't, General. That was Hastings at Dry Wells. There's a United States Marshal driving over. Something leaked, and he's got a court order forbidding the takeoff.
We were so close.
Yeah. $1 million gone up the flue.
You want me to give a standby, Mr. Barnes?
I suppose. Wait a minute. Sweeney,
Yeah.
you installed that communication equipment with Brown, didn't you?
Yeah, but
Then you must know the
You
operation.
could go in Brown's place.
the moon? Oh, no, not me. It's an important project, Sweeney. The scientific advance.
There's the military aspect, Sweeney.
I had 4 years of the military aspect, General. That's enough.
Afraid?
You're darn tootin'.
That ship is safe.
Maybe, maybe not.
But, Sweeney...
Look, you guys aren't going to get anywhere pressuring me. Maybe you got reasons to go to the moon. You, Mr. Barnes, you got $1 million tied up in a ship. It's your scientific baby, Doc, and the General's out on a limb in Washington. Well, what's in it for me?
Now, that's no way to talk, Sweeney. It's an important advance for the whole world.
You pardon the expression, baloney.
Sweeney,
I work on a scientific theory, too, General. Hooray for me, you look out for yourself. I ain't going.
I don't like to say this, but this isn't the time to consider yourself, Sweeney. This country's defense hangs on being the first to develop space travel.
Somebody else, not me. There's nothing I want on the moon.
All right. We'll take care of that. Sweeney, I'll offer you $10,000 bonus and a 10% royalty on the ship patents out of my cut.
Barnes.
It's no use to me unless we get off before that marshal gets here from Dry Wells. Well, Sweeney, you'd be rich enough to retire. You could take it easy the rest of your life.
Well, now you're talking my language, Mr. Barnes. Okay. When do we leave?
Clear field. Clear field for firing. Clear field for firing.
All set, Hastings.
Right. I'll be tracking you from Control Center. Hey, what's that car doing? He's coming right out on the field.
Marshal, Doc, General, Sweeney, inside.
Hey! Hey, Barnes!
Button her up.
Hey! Hey there, commander of that ship. I've got a court order. You can't take off.
Tough, mister. You can't do this.
Hey! Hey!
Save your knuckles, fella. You couldn't get in that ship with a blowtorch. Burns can't do this. Suppose you tell him all about it when he gets back from the moon.
Sweeney, warm up your communication circuits.
Yes, sir. Calling traffic shack.
Traffic calling rocket to Pluto. Over.
Get a clearance check.
Give us a clearance, traffic. Over.
All clear. Dry Wells is ready for tracking. Over.
Power.
Power ready.
Communications.
Yeah.
Co-pilot,
Automatics ready.
give the warning signal. Give me a time check on the computer.
03:47:58.
Stand by for count off and firing.
Stand by for count off and firing.
Roger.
For check. 2. 48. 10.
Check.
Coming up 30 seconds.
29. 28.
I'll lie back on the acceleration
7.
couches. Worst pressures
6.
will be over in 4 minutes.
5.
Barnes,
General,
4.
I don't like having a man along who isn't with it.
Sweeney, it's too late now.
Make it pretty tough. If he's half-hearted
We'll
now...
worry about that later.
7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Fire. What happened? Noise. All gone.
Past speed of sound. Switch on televiewer aft.
I can't. Can't move. Pressure.
Switch is right under your finger.
Go on. That's it.
Time, 3:50:12. Altitude, 2 miles.
Get your sun goggles on. It'll be coming through in a minute.
There's the dawn line.
And the sun.
It works. This thing really works.
Now, look in the viewer. There's the Earth down there.
Yeah.
Time, 3:51:10. Altitude, 20 miles. Time, 3:53:50. Altitude, 807 miles.
That's the end of the blast. We're in free fall. Unbuckle your straps.
Hey, I'm falling. I'm falling up.
There's no gravity up here. We don't weigh anything.
I don't feel so good. How do I get down from the ceiling? I feel lousy, seasick.
No, space sick.
What's the difference so long as I ain't healthy?
There's a bottle of pills under the head pad. They ought to settle your stomach. I'll break out the magnetic shoes. Then we can at least keep our feet down on the floor plate. Here, Sweeney, you put these on.
Hand them up.
All right. Here. Now you can walk down the wall. Try it.
Like this? Hey, it's like a human fly. You know, this is the second time I ever walked on a ceiling. Only this time I'm sober. Hey, General, would you mind tapping that ham sandwich back and float it away from me?
Feeling better, Sweeney?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a heck of a note when your meal floats away from you before you eat it.
Sweeney,
Yeah, Mr. Barnes.
I tried to crank out the radar antenna. She's stuck.
Well, let me see. All right. Stuck all right. I don't understand it. I greased it good.
Grease? Well, no wonder it's stuck. It's exposed to outer space. It must be frozen solid.
What's the idea, Sweeney? Didn't you read the engineering manual?
Yeah, and a flush fitting gets greased. Don't jump on me.
Well, if we can't get that radar mast cranked out, we can't land on the moon.
Well, it's all right by me.
Don't you realize that half the value of this trip is in the landing? Geological surveys, radiation tests.
Look, General, I told you before I started, this whole thing is slug nutty to me. Who wants the moon? They're trying to be first through the old Brooklyn Battery Tunnel.
Sweeney, this isn't getting that mast fixed. Well, we've got to go outside in spacesuits and chip it loose.
Outside? You mean outside the ship?
You can't fall. You'll be in the same trajectory as the ship. Worst that could happen would be to drift away.
Drift away. Don't bother getting one of them monkey suits for me. I'm comfortable in here.
Sweeney, we've taken enough from you. We can't let one man endanger the whole project. You get out there in a spacesuit, or we shove you out without one.
All right, all right.
Well, that's settled. You got us into this mess. You're going to help get us out. General, break out the spacesuits. Close the interlock. Now, let's get this straight. Keep your magnetic shoes on the hull plates. Your safety line's hooked. If you break loose, we won't be able to go after you. You'll hit the moon at 20,000 miles per hour and squash.
Hey, wait a minute. How come General Thayer don't go?
That's right. He doesn't go. He's co-pilot.
Okay, I just asked.
All right. Now, let's make sure our intercom walkie-talkies are warmed up.
All set. Check.
All right. Fasten helmets.
Hello, Doc. I hear you, Barnes.
I'm okay.
Check instruments. I'm going to pump out the lock. All set. Open the outer door, Doc.
Look at that, will you?
1,000,000 stars.
20,000 miles an hour, free fall and no breeze.
That's right. No air. And we haven't got time for the scenery. Let's get to work. Can you two handle it? I want to go aft to see how the firing tube's held up. All right, Doc. Come on, Sweeney. Let's get to work. It's loose now. Pull the mast out, Sweeney. Slippery as a hog on ice. Yeah. Well, let's get back.
Suits me. That's the Earth up there?
Western Hemisphere. You can see America. That dark strip against the light.
Pretty far away, huh?
Barnes. Hargraves, what's the matter?
Help, I'm loose. I'm drifting.
Stop, what happened?
My shoe magnet's pulled loose.
There he is. The safety line broke.
Hurry, help me.
He's too far to keep a line.
Oh, he's cooked. We'll never get him back.
Hello, General Thayer.
All right, Barnes, I heard you on the control room speaker. I'm coming outside.
Bring an oxygen tank. Got that?
Right.
Hurry.
What are you going to do? Throw him a bottle of air and forget about him?
Barnes, help.
Now, all right, Doc. General Thayer's coming out of the lock.
Where's Hargraves?
50 feet out and down to the left. Give me that oxygen tank.
What are you going to do?
Trying to hook my shoe first.
You're crazy. You'll float away, too.
I can use the pressure in the oxygen tank for a jet. Maybe I can ride the tank out there if there's enough power from the nozzle. Just turn the bell. There.
What was that?
Recoil's making my helmet light shake. I'll try it again.
Hey, it works. Like an outboard motor.
Keep going, Barnes. About 30 feet more. Swing a little to the left.
All right. A couple more shots. There. Now, reach out for me, Doc.
You're too far. I can't.
Hang on, Doc. One more shot.
There.
Hang on.
Then get back, Bond.
If we don't, we tour the universe together. Hang on to me, Doc.
All right.
You aimless while I turn the bell.
You're drifting farther, Bond.
There'd be enough pressure to get us back. Here we go.
Oh, we're moving.
Yes, but not fast enough. Pressure's almost down in this tank. There's the last of the gas.
We're too far out, Barnes. They can't reach us with a line.
Get you back to the ship. On the count of 3, push the tank as hard as you can. The reaction may shove us in close enough.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Here they come, General. Grab them. Reach out, Bond. Grab the line.
I got it.
All that.
Thank God.
Well, let's have you aboard.
There she is. The moon.
Stand by for landing procedure.
That's pretty rugged country down there.
Stand by to turn ship. Fasten straps. Altitude fair.
27.3.
All right. Turning ship.
Hey, you're leveling off. You're turning too far. We'll go backwards.
We land backwards. Use the jets for brakes.
Holy smokes, you mean sit down on the tail?
Ground speed.
1.52.
Stand by for deceleration. Now, fire. Radar.
Closing is spotted.
Give me view aft on the screen.
Hey, we can't land down there. Look, mountains, cliffs.
That's the crater Harpalus. We're heading for a smooth plane short of there.
Don't look smooth to me.
I'm going to kill our forward speed. Stand by.
You won't clear the mountain. Give another blast.
I can't. We won't have enough power to get home.
You won't make that trip on the right.
Look out, we're going to crash.
Barnes, blast.
You've got right. Now. Automatic landing. Automatic in. Hang on for emergency landing. Stand by for the blast. Hold it. Now. Jack down. Get out your gyros. That was a lousy landing.
Pretty unsafe.
Yes, but I wasted reaction mass we'll need to get home.
We'll worry about that later. Right now, I want to get out there and plant my feet on the moon. The moon.
Ready to open the decompression lock?
Check.
I'm set.
And Yaris inside control, Barnes?
Yeah,
Sure you don't want to leave the ship?
I'll be out later. I've got to contact Earth.
All right, let's go. Open the outer door.
All right, be sure you don't fall. You puncture your suits on the rocks, you're done. And look out for the low gravity. You'll weigh 1/6 what you did on Earth.
All right, let's go.
Hey, what is this stuff? Dust?
Pilot, Rod. Go ahead, Doctor. Claim it officially.
Oh, yes. In the name of the United States of America, I take possession of the planet Moon of and for the benefit of mankind. Well, let's now get down to business. Sweetie, you set up the astronomical camera.
Barnes, what's the matter?
Get back here, all of you, right away.
We were just starting work.
You've got to get back. I've been talking to Earth. We may not get on. We may be stuck on the moon for good. Hello. Hello, Earth. Reaction mass down to 0.8672. Wasted power in a bad landing. Request new figures for return trip.
Earth to lunar. Looks bad, Mr. Barnes. I'll have to run it through the machine. In the meantime, dump everything you can. I'll check back with the result.
I'll be standing by. Roger. Out.
Well, Barnes?
Well, we wasted too much power on that lousy landing. Hastings checked the figures. We've got the lightened ship. We've got just 4 hours to get off. If we miss that, we don't get another chance to hit the Earth for another month.
We don't have more than 10 days' oxygen supply.
Exactly. Come on, we better start dumping, and we better pray we can get rid of enough weight. Acceleration pad 4, serial 706, schedule B, 14 pounds.
Check. Give me a hand, Doc. Yes. Airlock's full. I'll put my helmet on and shove the junk out of the lock.
Fonz, is that everything we can get out?
3 of the spacesuits will be dropped before we take off.
How about the 4th?
We'll have to keep that so we can open the airlock to shove the others out.
I've got a removable bridge I could dump.
You may have to, General. Well, Hastings is due back now with the takeoff figures. Hello, Earth. Luna calling Earth.
All right, Mr. Barnes. We hear you. How much weight have you dropped?
4,003 pounds, Earth weight.
Then you're still short 110 pounds.
What?
If you can dump 110 pounds, you can coast home.
Well, we're stripped. We unbolted the locker doors, junked the radar chassis and mounts. We'll have to take a chance as we are.
It's suicide. You haven't enough reaction mass to clear the moon.
You could be wrong, couldn't you?
I could, but not the computer. I'll be standing by, Mr. Barnes. Over.
All right, Hastings. Out. 110 lousy pounds.
What happens if we're not light enough? We fall back and crash. Or just go into an orbit around the moon. Just keep going around? Yeah, that's it. We've got 14 minutes left till takeoff time.
Oh, that's fine. I could have gone over Niagara Falls in a barrel, but I had to come to the moon.
Well, it's pretty simple. 110 pounds. One of us stays.
Yes. I guess that's it.
I weigh 180. That's plenty.
Now, wait a minute, General.
I'm the oldest one here.
Yeah, and I'm the captain of this ship. If anyone stays,
That has
but
nothing
I
to
give
do-
the orders here. Doc is the engineer. General pilots when you hit the Earth atmosphere.
But Bonds...
I've got no family, so I stay.
No. You've got to go back, both of you. I've been discredited. They won't listen to me. You've got to tell them what you've seen up
Listen,
here.
General,
You've got to tell them what the Earth looked like from here. Vulnerable, defenseless, hanging in the sky. I knew this trip would have military value. Well, it does. Can you imagine atom warheads launched at Earth from up here? The moon is the perfect base for an attack on the Earth. Remember, it's only 1/6 as hard to shoot rockets from here to Earth as it is the other way. You've got to tell them the only government to control the moon must be a world government.
General, I guess you don't know it. But what you just said means you've got to get back to Earth and convince them even if the rest of us don't make it.
Bonds, don't be...
No, General, that's all there is to it.
Now, listen, Mr. Barnes, General.
Never mind, Sweeney. You're not in on
Don't
this.
worry, you'll get back.
I was going to say, why don't you heroes match for it? Odd man's out.
All right, Bonds, I'll go for that.
I'm in.
No.
2-1, Bonds.
Well, all right. What do we use?
You can match buttons off your overalls.
All right. Each one pull off a button. I'd better check Hastings on Earth.
Here's my button. Cargrave.
Hello, Earth.
Standing by, Mr. Barnes.
We're working it out. One of us stays behind.
What?
We're matching for it. Check time.
Oh, it's only 110 pounds. Isn't there some
Check
other...
time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the program Dimension X for just a moment for 2 important bulletins from the wires of United Press. From Seoul, Korea, the North Korean radio says the North Korean Communist government formally declared war on South Korea effective at 11 a.m. Sunday, Korean time. And then a little later, this bulletin from Washington. State Department officials say they will hold Russia responsible for the North Korean attack against the independent South Korean Republic, which this country and the United Nations brought into being and have supported. We now return to the program Dimension X.
Yes, sir. 9:41:50. 10 minutes to 0 hour.
Check. That's all, Hastings. We'll take off with 3 men. All right. Ready to match?
Hey, what? The airlock.
Sweeney, he went out. What's he doing? What?
He's going out. Out there on the moon.
Shine on, harvest.
Hello, Sweeney. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, Bonds. Hiya.
Oh, come back in here, you fool.
Blow it. It's nice out here.
Come back, Sweeney. You're going home.
Yeah, some other time. Remember the girls? Honey girls.
Listen, Sweeney, come back. This trip doesn't mean that much to you. We've talked you into it. Nobody can expect you to do this. Now, don't be crazy.
Why not? I'm a lunatic. Get it? A lunatic.
Sweeney, come back.
Listen, I lightened your ship. Get it? 160 pounds. That's me. Now go on. Take off.
Come back, Sweeney. You can't do this.
Listen, you guys wouldn't count me in on the matching. Oh, no. I run on hooray for me, and you look out for yourself. Well, maybe you changed my mind. I've been looking up there at that Earth hanging in the sky. We're going to build something on this moon. All of you guys got to go back. Doc, he's the guy to work it out in the lab. Bonds, you build the ships, and the general, he's got to pound those desks and see that he gets done right. You don't need me.
Sweeney, wait a minute.
Come on, blow. Get gone. You're spoiling my whole day. So long, heroes.
You don't understand. We can take off, all of us.
What do you mean? With the 110 pounds?
Now, listen to what I say. Get back in here, and on the way, pick up a screwdriver and a rat tail file and an oxygen tank.
What's the deal?
Get back in here. I've got a way to get us all off, if it works.
Now, Sweeney, we're reading you clear on the intercom speaker. You in the airlock yet?
Yeah.
Now, your spacesuit weighs around 70 pounds. The radio weighs 50.
Yeah, but I can't open the outside door of the airlock without my suit. What are you trying to pull, Bonds?
After you chuck the radio out, you file a hole in the gasket on the outer door. Got that? Then you tie your safety line to the oxygen tank, pass it through the hole. It hangs outside. You got that?
Yeah?
Then you close the outside door, get out of your suit, come in here. We close up, decompress, and open the outside door again.
Oh, I get it. The tank pulls the suit out of the lock.
Right. And if it works, we all get home. Now, hurry now, Sweeney.
8 minutes to calculated takeoff time. 8 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All set, Sweeney?
Yeah, I shut the radio out. Close the outer door. There, push her up. I'm getting out of my suit. This doorway's pretty narrow, Bonds. If the suit don't clear, we're sunk.
We'll have to take that chance.
All right, here I come. All set.
Close the inner door. Decompress. Now the outer door.
It ain't moving. I can see it through the fog. Coming up 1 minute. 1 minute to take off.
Foot of the suit caught on the intake.
No, it's flattened out. Get clear of that door, brother. Get clear.
There it goes.
We're in.
40 seconds.
Close the outer door, Sweeney. Stand by for takeoff, everybody.
30 seconds. 29.
Sweeney,
28.
I don't think I could have done that.
26.
Just walk out.
Oh, baloney.
I haven't got that kind of courage.
23.
I'd have had to make a speech.
22,
A big,
21,
heroic speech.
20. 19.
I didn't have the guts to
18,
just walk out.
17,
Nuts.
16.
All right, stand by.
14.
Communications.
Fine, just
12,
handy.
Co-pilot.
11,
Automatic set.
10, 9,
Stand by.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Fire.
All right, we're clear.
Son of a gun!
We're clear. We're heading home. Time 2:50, 36. Destination Earth.
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future.
We delay the start of this program to bring you a special bulletin. From the NBC Newsroom in New York, truckloads of U.S. fighting men are rolling north from Daejeon, Korea, to reinforce South Korea's battered army, which still holds Suwon and its vital airstrip. The first American ground troops flown in from Japan, they're now approaching the combat zone. Meanwhile, the North Korean communists report that American planes have bombed their capital of Pyongyang 3 times today. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
Adventures in time and space, told in future tense.
Dimension X.
To all our listeners, a brief forward before tonight's adventure in the world of the future. Beginning next week, Dimension X moves to a new time on Friday evenings instead of Saturdays. In the Eastern Time Zone, it will be heard at 9 o'clock Fridays, Eastern Daylight Saving Time. In other zones, please consult your local newspapers to learn the new time of the program. Now, tonight's venture into the world of tomorrow A most unusual story about a logic named Joe and a man named Frank, and of how he saved civilization.
It was on the 3rd day of August that Joe came off the assembly line. On the 4th, Lorene came into town. And that afternoon, I saved civilization. Lorene's a blonde I was crazy about once. And Joe is a new 1940-74 model Logic that I got stored away down in a cellar. And how do I save civilization? I save it by keeping Joe down in a cellar. Sometimes
You
I
are
think about
listening
turning
now
Joe
to a
on and
voice
letting him
from the
make $1 million
future.
for me.
The voice of Frank Caldwell, head serviceman for the Logix Corporation, makers of the machine that does everything for you. Well, nearly everything, anyway. In the year we speak of, 1974, the electronic Logic sets were working so well that life was soft indeed for repairman Frank Caldwell. That is, until that fatal day of August the 3rd, when suddenly the Logics began doing everything for their users, and doing it too well.
Hi, boss. What's the matter? Somebody put you through a ringer?
Frank, you busy right now?
No, there haven't been any service calls all day.
Fine, there's a customer outside. Go take care of him, will you?
Me, I'm a maintenance man.
I know, but there are no salesmen around this minute. This guy wants to have our machines explained to him.
Explain?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world knows about Logics. Where's he been, on Mars?
Just moved up from the backwoods someplace.
Why don't you explain him?
I don't feel too well.
Yeah? You're okay about a half an hour ago.
Look, you the boss here or am I? Go on out there, will you?
Okay. Good morning. My name's Caldwell. Can I help you?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Caldwell. My name's Kolanovich. This is my little boy, Freddie.
Hiya, Freddie.
Hiya, jerk.
Ow!
Freddie.
I
Well,
got
you-
you, didn't I?
Fine kid you got there.
Freddie, how many times I gotta tell you not to kick people in the shins? Excuse it, please, Mr. Caldwell.
Sure. Just a kid.
I got a knife home, can cut you in little pieces.
Freddie, we'd like to buy a Logic, Mr. Caldwell. The gentleman we spoke to first said he had to leave in a hurry.
Oh, he did, huh? Well, I understand you're not acquainted with Logics, Mr. Kolanovich.
Yeah, that's right. We just moved to the city. My wife, she saw that everybody else had a Logic, and you know how women are.
You bet. Well, you can't get along without a Logic in this day and age, Mr. Kolanovich.
Look it, I got a snake. Want to see
Will you
it?
shut up that... yeah, now, about the Logic.
Yeah.
Here, I'll plug one in here. There, now. You see, the Logic looks kind of like an old-fashioned television set, only it's got keys instead of dials. Now, if you want to talk to a friend, you just punch the number of his Logic. Like making an old-fashioned phone call. Except you not only hear him, but you see him, too, on this viewing screen here. Now, of course, that's not the important feature of these things.
Oh?
Now, suppose you want to ask a question.
A question?
Like, what to take for a sore throat? Or who won the American League pennant in 1911? You just turn on the Logic. Then you punch the question key, and you ask, like this. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
You see?
I already knew that.
Well, that was just a sample.
Oh. Well, I got a little store. Will it keep books for me?
It'll keep your books, record your contracts, serve as a filing system, and check up on what happened to your lawyer's last client. Anything.
Oh, say, they're really something, these things.
10,000 services and information sources in one. Read our advertising.
Well, what I want to know, Mr. Caldwell, how do these Logics work?
You saw that big building across the street?
Sure.
Well, that's one of the relay tanks. Now, there are a dozen of them around the country, all hooked up together. And there's a data plate in one of those tanks for every fact in creation.
You mean those relays know everything?
If there's something they don't know, the technicians are busy making a relay plate for it right now. The Logic integrates the facts in the tank and gives you the answers.
Hey, you. Can I ask this thing how to make dart poison?
How to make what?
Dart poison, like in Africa. I could shoot the darts from my pea shooter.
Oh, well, I think maybe we better not get one of these things.
Well, that's okay, Mr. Kolanovich. The Logic won't tell you about no dart poison, see?
Bet it will. I'm gonna try it. Hey, how do you make dart poison?
Public policy forbids this service.
What'd it do that for?
On account of some little brat, on account of some children might ask things that ain't good for them.
Listen, I don't like this here one. I want that one over there.
They're all alike, kid.
I want that one. If I can't have that one, I'm gonna hold my breath till I'm dead.
Well, I got lots of time.
It's no use, Mr. Caldwell. You might as well give him the one he wants.
But, kid, they're so much alike. Even I can't tell them apart.
I can, and I want Joe.
Joe? Who's Joe?
Oh, I guess he means the logic, Mr. Caldwell. He has to think up a name to call everything. You should hear the names he calls me.
Not till I'm 21, I promised Mother.
Okay, so we call him Joe. But what makes you think Joe's any different from the rest?
He looks different somehow.
Don't be silly. Them things are all alike. The 1/10,000th of an inch.
Just the same, I'll bet he'll teach me how to make dart poison.
Okay, then. Come on, Joe. Yelling, I want that one, I want that one. I'm gonna call him Joe. Mike, I could have wrung his neck. I could have
How
taken
many
that
cards, Charlie?
I pass.
I'll draw 2. Well, what a holy terror. He had his father scared to death.
Too bad that kid ain't mine. I'd show him quick enough who was boss in the family. Holy smoke.
What's the matter?
Sorry, fellas. Gotta hold up the hand a minute. I just remembered. Gotta call my wife.
Oh, let her wait a minute.
Yeah, sure. You ever met my wife?
Yeah, I did. Don't let her see the card game or she'll be down here with a hatchet.
You telling me. Hey, what's the matter with this thing? He ain't getting my house.
Announcing new and improved logic service. Your logic is now equipped to give not only consultative, but directive advice. If you want to do something and don't know how to do it, ask your logic.
What do you know about
that?
Oh, yeah, it's just somebody trying to pull a gag.
Yeah, didn't sound like a gag to me. Maybe the boss decided to add a new logic service.
No. Boss knows better than to start anything like that. Why, look. The minute the system starts giving advice, some joker like you's going to be asking questions like, how can I get rid of my wife?
Yeah, but you heard what the logic just said.
Nah, the sensor circuits will block the question. You don't believe me? Go on, try it.
Okay. Anything for a laugh.
Try it.
Okay, Logic, I got a question for you. How do I get rid of my wife?
Service question. Is your wife blonde or brunette?
You guys hear that? She's a blonde.
Hexacrylaminotin is a constituent of green shoe polish. Take home a frozen meal containing pea soup. Color the soup with green shoe polish. This poison is fatal to blonde females only. This fact has not been brought out by human experiment, but is a product of logic's service. You cannot be convicted of murder.
What do you know?
It is improbable that you will be suspected.
The saints preserve us.
And it's bound to be right. These things can't make a mistake. Well, Mike, don't stand there. Turn that thing off and check the sensor circuits. Quick.
We can't get to them. They're all sealed up. It's supposed to be impossible for them to go out of order.
Well, they're out of order now. And I got a feeling some awful things are going to happen. Boss, we gotta do something. The logics have gone nuts.
Relax. The thing gave a goofy answer once. Maybe it was a joke.
Whoever heard of a logic making a joke?
Well, it was an accident. Forget it. It won't happen again.
What makes you so sure people are going to be trying it? Now, look. Supposing I wanted to get rid of you, for instance.
You don't. How would you collect your pay?
Yeah, but supposing. I'm going to try it and see what the logic says.
If you want to do something and don't know how, ask your logic.
How do I bump off my boss? A male, bald-headed, 45.
Service question. Is he fat or thin?
Holy mackerel. Fat.
Make some chocolate ice cream containing powdered charcoal in place of half the chocolate. Use Hotzo brand charcoal. Hotzo contains an ingredient fatal only to fat, bald-headed males. This fact is a product of logic's service.
You hear what it said? If this keeps up, we'll have to shut down the company.
You kidding? We can't shut down the company, and you know it. Logics do all the computing, bookkeeping, filing, and recording of contracts for every business in the country. They handle all television programs, personal calls, weather forecasts, employment notices.
I know that, but...
Wake up. If we shut down the Logics, we go back to a civilization we've forgotten how to run.
Yeah, but the point is, boss, they're now giving out information on murder. And no telling what else.
Well, we'll just have to find out why and fix it. Meantime, there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.
Of course not. You've asked these questions for a gag. Nobody's going to ask them seriously. What you need is a little faith in human nature. Oh, excuse me, it's probably the wife.
Person-to-person video call. Go ahead.
Cyrus, dear, how do you feel?
Why, just fine,
I
sweetheart.
just called to tell you, Cyrus, I want you to be sure and get home on time for dinner.
Yeah, why?
Because I've got a surprise for you, dear. Your favorite dessert.
Dessert?
What kind?
Homemade chocolate ice cream. The flavor is heavenly, Cyrus. When you taste it, you'll just die. Cyrus, what's wrong? Why don't you answer me? Cyrus!
Chocolate ice cream, huh?
This can't be happening. Agnes wouldn't. Why, this is dangerous.
Have a little faith in human nature, huh?
Caldwell, you're the head of the maintenance crew. I'll give you 24 hours to fix these logics, or you're fired.
Now, look, boss,
Get me the police. Get me an extra maintenance crew. Get me a doctor. You.
Me?
Get moving.
Where?
Anywhere. Find out what the logics are up to. And see that you find out before the logics do.
Bartender. Hey, bartender, give me a double.
Coming up. What's the matter, pal? You had a bad day?
Go away, will you?
Oh, listen, pal. You gotta listen. I got trouble.
Hey, bartender, will you get this barfly off me? For Pete's sake, I'm tired.
On your way, you. No, don't say that. I got troubles. How am I going to keep my wife from finding out I had a couple of little drinks? How am I going to do that, huh?
Look, mister, it's a hot day. I've been driving a car around and see.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep a bank president from having apoplexy on account of his logic told him how to rob his own bank. I've been tripping over dead bodies so artistically croaked that nobody's ever going to find out who done it. And all you got on your mind is...
How am I going to keep my wife from finding out I had a couple of little drinks? How?
Go ask a logic.
Logic? My pal, that's a wonderful idea. Where's the logic? Huh?
Right
Where's the
behind
logic?
you. Here's a nickel.
Oh, give me a nickel. Give me a nickel.
This I gotta hear. This is gonna be good.
Now, come on, logical pal, be nice. How does a guy keep his wife from finding out he's had a couple of little drinks? Answer me that. How, huh?
Buy a bottle of Franin hair shampoo. It is harmless, but contains an ingredient which instantly neutralizes alcohol. 1 teaspoonful for each jigger you've consumed.
Oh, boy, I gotta buy a bottle of What was that again?
Supposing it's right, she'll never remember it as far as the drugstore. I think there's a bottle in the back room. Somebody left it.
Oh, my pal, there's no more troubles. Show me the way to go home.
I got a picture of him back there drinking that shampoo.
Give me another double.
I don't know what's worse, to be as low as you or as high as him.
All right, where is he? I know he's here. Where is that bum?
Huh? Who you want, lady?
My husband. I know he's here. Now, where is he? That no good louse. I'll show him. Thinks he can come staggering home again, does he? Well, I'll teach him.
Poor guy.
Oh, why, my dear, what a surprise to see you here.
Archibald.
Yes, my love.
You're not.
Sober? Well, of course, my love. I'm sober as a judge.
Then what are you doing in this saloon?
Well, merely conducting a little research, my dear.
Research?
Your suspicion wounds me deeply, my love. Let me tell you, my dear, that I've been conducting a research project that is going to make us a fortune. I'm about to patent Sober, the drink that makes happy homes.
I'm Caldwell from the Logics Company, Sergeant. I just stopped in to
Logics
see...
Company. Listen, Caldwell, you people get those blasted machines under control or we'll have you all behind bars.
Now, look, Sergeant.
No, you look. At this blotter. Blank. The greatest crime wave in history, and we can't even make an arrest. They're all perfect crimes.
Well, we're doing our best to find
It's
out
not
how-
good enough. If you can't find out anything, shut down the company. Or the police department will. We know there's some big gang back of this. Hey, maybe you know something about it, Caldwell.
Now, look, nobody's back of it. The Logics run themselves. They pick their own circuits automatically.
You mean that they're doing this all by themselves?
Sure. We always thought they could do more things than we knew about. I think they're just trying to be helpful, that's all.
Oh, that's all, is it? Well, you'd better make them cut out the tricks, including this new one, this new business they're up to now.
What new business?
It just started an hour ago. Every time you turn on a logic, it asks you your name and then spiels out the whole history of your life.
Huh? I haven't heard about that. What's it do that for?
You tell me. Go on, try it.
Okay.
What is your name?
Huh. How do you like that? I'm Frank Caldwell.
Frank Caldwell. Were you ever called Ducky?
Oh, Ducky.
Lay off, will you? What if I was? It's been years.
Ducky, there is a video call for you.
Hiya, Ducky.
Holy cats. What's that?
Lorraine.
Ducky, darling, how marvelous.
Look at that blonde.
It's Lorraine. Where are you?
Oh, silly, I'm in my hotel room. Say, how do you like my play suit?
Well,
I just got into town. Oh, Ducky, wasn't it smart of the logic to find you?
Logic? Find me?
I asked it how to find you, Ducky. You must have an unlisted number, darling. You're not in the directory.
Yeah. Well, how have you been, Lorraine? Since I saw you last. I heard you got married.
That's right. Ducky, you won't believe me, I know, but I've had 4 husbands. But I've never loved anybody as much as I love you.
You've divorced 4 husbands?
3. The last one died unexpectedly.
Who unexpected it?
He did. But the jury acquitted me, Ducky. They knew it was just a little old accident. So now I'm free again, and we've just got lots of things to talk over.
But, Lorraine...
You come right over here, Ducky, instantly.
Well, I'm working. I'll call you back.
Oh, I'm so lonesome. Please make it quick, Ducky. Have you ever thought of me?
Oh, yeah, sure. Plenty.
Ah, you sweet. Here's a kiss. That'll just have to last till you get here, but hurry, please.
Oh, my back. What am I going to do?
Do like you were telling me a while ago.
Huh?
Calm yourself, Ducky.
Call on the logic for you, Frank, your wife.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Hi, Gert.
Frank, I've been trying to get you for an hour. Where have you been?
Well, I've been out making calls, honey, trying to find out what ails these logics.
Well, you better find out in a hurry or there's going to be trouble. That thing told me my address, how much I owe every store, and how much you make a week. And all about the time we had that fight and I went home to Mother.
Well, Gert, I don't think they're doing that anymore. I think that was just temporary.
Well, in the meantime, it's told everybody in the neighborhood all about me. I punched Mrs. Hudson's name. She's been married 3 times, and she's had Mr. Hudson arrested twice for non-support and once for beating her up. It'll tell anybody anything.
Yeah, but I tell you, Gert...
Frank, you stop these things or I'm going to leave you.
Gert, you don't mean that.
I do. If you can't figure out how to keep our private lives out of every logic in town, then I'm through. And that's it.
Hey, boss. You gotta put more men on the job or something. We gotta lick these logics. My wife's gonna leave me if we don't.
You're also going to be looking for a job if we don't.
Well, I don't care about the job, but listen.
You listen. The logics are giving out information on high explosives, the fine points of murder, and legal loopholes that'll beat any charge from hijacking to high treason.
Yeah, but my wife...
And about 6 guys have thought of asking how to switch bank credits so they can corner all the cash in the country. Now, quit bothering me. Get over at the tank and help Mike try to block off some of those circuits.
I can't even budge any of these reeling plates.
Me neither.
Isn't there any way we can disconnect them?
There is not. They weren't built to be disconnected.
Mike, what are we going to do?
I'm thinking of slitting my throat. When they were giving out all the information on everybody, my wife got the lowdown on a certain blonde. I got nothing left to live for.
Ron, why did you have to remind me?
You got one?
My only hope is I ain't got her.
See who that's for?
Hi, Ducky, darling.
Oh, Lorraine, not again.
Ducky, darling, I'm lonesome. Why haven't you come over?
Well, I've been busy.
Oh, Pooh. Ducky, do you remember how much in love we used to be?
I was so mean to you. Ducky, let's get married tonight.
Oh, gosh, Lorraine, I...
Right away, Ducky.
Look, I got married.
Oh, you poor darling. You poor darling. Just have to get you out of that.
No. Now, look, Lorraine.
Darling, I'll just call up your wife and have a little talk with her.
Look, please, now, it's nice of you to think of me and all that.
You just
but
give me your address and your logic number, darling.
I ain't got one.
Ah, you just don't want to tell me. You're bashful. Never mind, darling. The logic will tell me.
Lorraine! Oh, I gotta call Gert.
Frank, will you get away from that thing and give me a hand?
Yeah, Mike, in a minute. I gotta call my wife. We gotta get out of town. I punched the wrong key.
Frank, I told you to help Mike.
Yeah, boss, I am, but I just gotta make this call.
Call? What do I care about your call? The president's getting ready to close down the company and declare martial law. Now, for the love of heaven, do something.
Yeah, boss, I will. I just gotta make this call.
Attention! To assist in solving a special problem of logic service, kindly give the following information if possible. Where does Frank Caldwell live?
Oh, she got me. I'm through. Look, Gert, there is no blonde.
Frank Caldwell, I told you I was leaving you.
Well, leave me later, will you? Right now, pack yourself up and the kids. We gotta get out of here.
What is all this? Are the cops after you or something?
Yeah, that's it, the cops. Come on, get moving, will you? Hey, get away from that logic.
Yeah, but don't you think we ought to hear the police calls?
27 and car 31 detailed to round up all employees of the Logics Company. Use caution. They are suspected of sedition.
Holy smoke, the
car
cops are after me.
But you just said they were.
17, proceed to vicinity of 119 East 7th Street. Child terrorizing neighborhood. Use extreme caution. Child is armed with pea shooter using poison darts. That is all.
Ready.
Who's Freddie?
Oh, he's a mean little kid. He wanted a logic that would tell him how to make dart poison. They're all alike, I kept telling him. They're all alike.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. All I know is it was a nice world up till yesterday. Now it's like a guy named Joe come along and squashed all our mud pies for us.
Looks to me more like it was a logic named Joe.
A logic name? They're all alike. Gert, baby!
Let go of me. Oh, don't be so silly.
Okay, honey, hold the fort. Maybe they aren't all alike.
Where are you going? Frank, you're going to make a getaway?
Baby, if you got the right inspiration, I'm going straight to the middle of this whole jamboree.
Yes? Oh, I was hoping it was the police.
You remember me, Mr. Kralanovich? Caldwell of the Logics
Company? I wish the Logics Company was at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I don't blame you. Now, where's your logic?
In here? I'd smash it into a million pieces if I wasn't afraid of what Freddie'd do to me.
Just get out of the way, will you? I got business with Joe.
If you want to do something and don't know how, ask your logic.
Oh, we're back to that routine, huh? Well, I want to do something, all right. Tell me, Joe, can a logic be modified to achieve correlations for which human brains are too limited?
Yes.
How great will the modifications be?
Microscopically slight. Changes in dimension not detectable even by precision gauges. They can come about only through an extremely improbable accident.
And what would this super logic then be able to do?
Well,
come on, you spell it.
It could set up entire new combinations of electronic relays which would bypass the normal sensor blocks, thereby enabling it to perform valuable new services, including the giving of helpful advice on any human problem.
Uh-huh. Has this accident ever happened, Joe? Come on!
It has happened only once. In the case of the logic now owned by the Kolanovich family of 119 East 7th Street. A logic named Joe.
Thanks, Joe. That's all I wanted to know.
Hey, what's all this about?
I'm taking this logic away, Mr. Kralanovich. I'll bring you a new one. Our troubles are all over.
Hey, you, get away from Joe.
Correction, our troubles are just beginning.
Now, Freddie, put down that blowgun.
Hey, shut up. Hey, you, I said get away from that logic.
Now, look, Freddie, I'm going to bring you a nice new one, see?
I want that one. What I got in this picture ain't me.
Mr. Caldwell, the police, they're out outside.
Yeah, for me and Freddie.
Nuts. What they want you for? You ain't smart enough to do nothing.
Oh, no? Say, there's plenty I can tell you.
Open up in there.
There's our cops, kid. It's you and me against them.
So what you gonna do about it if he's so smart?
Now, look, we may have to fight our way out, see? Now, let me see that blowgun. I know a way to hop it up so the cops won't have a chance. Come on, give it to me.
Okay, let's see what you can do. Here.
Thanks. Here.
Oh, Mr. Caldwell, you're a great man.
Now, all I gotta do is to pull this plug
Out of the wall.
Come right in, Sergeant.
Careful, men. Careful. That must be the kid. But he don't look so tough to me.
Well, he got a little soft.
Oh, there'll be no more complaints, officer. I guess I can go on where Mr. Caldwell left off.
Caldwell, you're wanted. This time you either answer some questions or we'll keep you in the cooler till you do.
What, in jail? Oh, okay, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute. You act like you wanted to go to jail.
Yeah, I do. I got a feeling it'll be safer there.
What do you mean?
Just put me away till a certain party leaves town. I'll confess to anything.
Okay, then, Caldwell. Into the paddy wagon you go.
Thanks, officer. You may be saving my life. Now, if you just help me carry this logic out...
Wait a minute. You can't take that in the wagon.
I can't? Why not?
No room. We've already got a dame in there who's raising the roof.
A dame?
Yeah, a blonde. She was trying to buy a gun without a permit. She keeps screaming she's going to miss her date with Ducky.
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future, the world of Dimension X.
Next week, Dimension X joins the big parade of exciting half-hour presentations at a brand new time on Friday evenings at a different hour. In the Eastern Time Zone, you'll hear it at 9 o'clock Fridays, Daylight Saving Time. In other zones, please consult your local newspaper listings to learn the new time. For that's when Dimension X will bring you one of the strangest stories ever told. Ray Bradbury's Mars is Heaven.
Tonight's story on Dimension X was titled A Logic Named Joe, written by Murray Leinster and adapted for radio by Clarence A. Ross. Featured in the cast were Joseph Julian as Frank and Roger DeKoven as the Logic. Your narrator was Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman. Engineer Don Albert. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward and directed by Edward King. Robert Warren speaking. Tomorrow, hear a thrilling story on high adventure. It's on NBC.